So let's continue to talk about managing intrusive thoughts and triggers after infidelity. This is part 3. So in part 1, we talked about making friends and making peace with the little monkey that lives in your brain and is giving you these intrusive thoughts. In part 2, we talked about scheduling time to explore your intrusive thoughts and what to think about during that scheduled worry time. Now let's talk about some strategies for how to cope with these intrusive thoughts, because even if you tell the thought, let's not do it right now, and even if you do some exploration, you're still going to have the thoughts come up from time to time, and they're going to bother you, and we should come up with a game plan for how to cope in those moments. So one thing you can try to do is try to find an upside to the intrusive thought. And you might be saying, Dr. Kathy, there's absolutely no upside to this. And there's probably very, very, very few upsides, right? I'm not trying to gaslight you or give you any toxic positivity. I'm trying to encourage you to think about acceptance and how sometimes bad things can lead to a good result, even if the thing itself wasn't good. So maybe what you can think is, all right, as a result of the affair, now I realize that my partner is highly avoidant and will not tell me when they're struggling with something. So I want to be more proactive to initiate those conversations and also really encourage my partner to do some of the work to heal from being avoidant so that we're never in this situation again. Okay, so that's a possible upside, silver lining to what has happened. The second thing you can do is talk to your partner about your trigger and get reassurance. In all of the research that we've done, getting and giving reassurance is so critical for healing. So when you get triggered or you have an intrusive thought that's particularly distressing, so not every single one, but a particularly distressing one, bring that to your partner and ask for some reassurance. And I think that will make you feel much, much better. Okay, a third thing to do is to do something that's relaxing and soothing to your brain and your body. So that could be deep breathing. My favorite strategy for breathing is to do box breathing. If you've never heard of it, take yourself over to Google and just type it in and you'll get a quick 1-minute explanation. Any kind of exercise like walking would be good. Any kind of weightlifting, stretching, yoga, also really good for helping you cope with triggers. Meditation and mindfulness and journaling are excellent but complicated. So what some people report, some people who've been very traumatized report during any type of meditation or mindfulness or journaling exercise is that the painful and distressing thoughts become too overwhelming. It's like we turn the fire hose on full blast and they get completely overwhelmed. And that really scares them and also distresses them. Like, gosh, this is the thing I should be doing to get healing, and I'm not getting healing. There must be something really wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you if that happens. That just means that you have tons of painful feelings that are finally getting, a stage to dance on, and they all want to dance at the same time. So please don't beat yourself up or feel badly if that happens to you. We just need to pick a different strategy for you. That particular strategy, mindfulness, meditation, journaling, it won't work for you. A better thing to do is to go and do something to move your body and tell your body that it's safe and secure. So more on this. And also, if you're dealing with that, I really encourage you to follow some of my colleagues who specialize in trauma because they have wonderful ideas for you. I'll tag a couple of them in this video. Okay. Something that you can do if your brain is getting flooded with painful images is to do something like cleaning, do a puzzle, do a Wordle, get your brain focused on something else. It may not work perfectly at first, but just try to push your brain towards getting involved in a different task or play a game on your phone. A lot of people report a lot of relief by playing strategy games, or particularly, I can't think of the name right now, the game where I think it's Tetris. Yeah, the game where you're organizing and structuring things. So Play Tetris when in doubt. That should help you as well. Another strategy for you to cope is to do a grounding exercise. And a grounding exercise is just reconnecting you with the environment you're in. So you can think of 3 things that you can see, 3 things you can smell, 3 things you can hear, 3 things you can taste. And in particular, if you can imagine yourself tasting something really sour, this will get your mouth to water, and that will basically send signals to your brain that you're resting and digesting, and it will help calm your vagus nerve in your brain. I learned that from Dr. Pria. She's a trauma specialist. I'm going to tag her in this video, and she's a great person to follow for more tips. You can also do a silly gratitude exercise. So I like to combine a gratitude exercise with a little humor. And a silly gratitude exercise is just think about all the things that are going on in your life that you're grateful for, but are also funny. Like, I'm grateful for these socks that happen to match. I'm grateful for the cat hair picker-upper, so I don't have to try to like de-cat hair myself all the time. Do something like that. You can also do an act of kindness for somebody else that will get you out of your own head and focus, your brain and your thinking on them. You can also shift your thoughts and picture future you in a happy, calm, peaceful place. And you can tell your brain, that's where I'm going. That's the island I'm navigating towards. I may not feel it right now, but I know I will get there. It's so amazing how predicting something and telling your brain, this is where we will be, this is how we will feel, is very, very soothing. I use that particular one a lot. All right, so for more on this, check out Chapter 5, Section 4 of my book, The Courage to Stay, because that whole section is about managing triggers. And be sure to check out Part 4, the last part of this video series.